Stephen, please go ahead. Stephen Watson.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Fred, the question is my I-20, the fees on my I-20, I have received another message from the financial aid office from Anna Maria Place. So the amount they gave me was in total that would be 7,118 US dollars. But on my I-20, the tuition fee is 11,000. So I contact my program director, and he was like, the one that the financial aid office has provided is my student bill. So the one on the I-20, they use that one for me to prepare for. It's just an estimated amount that they gave me to prepare. So I was trying to let them put the one that the financial aid office has provided on my I-20. And it was like, they are not willing to do that. So I was confused, even though they have given me a letter on that fees. I applied for a financial aid. I filled the financial aid form and I submitted. So I don't know if because of the financial aid that they are now giving me that bill or not. So I was kind of confused. Don't know how to go by it.
So, bro, what's your question? What's your question to me?
So the question is, I want to know if you have a fair idea about such situation.
The information you've given wouldn't be enough for me to sort of give any idea, unless maybe I have a copy of your I-20 and the financial aid letter that they sent you, then I'll be able to make some deductions out of it. Based on this information, it will be challenging for me to be able to say anything.
Yeah.
All right, Ola, please go ahead.
Okay, please, on my I-20, the length of my program is for 33 months. So I want to know, when answering the question, my study plan, will it be nice to say I'm pursuing a 2 years master program? Because the actual program is going to last for 1 year, 5 months. So what is the right answer for that?
Right. You can decide to stick to the number of months between the program start date as indicated on your I-20 to the program end date. You don't necessarily have to say them in years, but if you want to, you can definitely approximate it to 2 years, which is absolutely fine.
Thank you.
Gideon, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. And please, regarding the DS-160, I'm getting to a point which is asking me about what I'm currently doing. And then currently, I completed my national service last year. So I've been attending open labs. So I've been doing a professional course, but I don't know whether I should put that on my DS-160. And also, my dad works at a university. I wanted to put that my work at the university. I don't know whether it is advisable to put that I work at the university, or I should put it in the DS-160 that I am attending open labs.
Have you ever been to them? monthly, you can decide to put that in there. All right, let's talk to Cyril. Cyril, please go on.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
My DSO is requesting for a 2 barcode confirmation page, and then I send them the one after you are done with the booking of appointment. They sent you, I've sent it to them, but they are still saying that's not it.
Why not the DS-160 confirmation page?
Yeah, that's what I sent to them.
No, you just said appointment.
Like after finishing the DS-160,
No, you
I
said
did that one before.
You just said appointment.
Oh, okay, but it was the DS-160 rather.
You sent them the DS-160 confirmation page.
Yes, please.
Yeah, which means that they may be requesting for the appointment confirmation page. So you can send the two of them.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Ola, please go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Ola Likan, please go ahead. Okay.
Okay, I've answered. I've already asked my question.
Okay, Georgette, please go on.
Okay, hi, good morning. I went to the embassy on Wednesday and I was denied, but my school encouraged me to apply again. So I'm wondering on the DS-160, where they asked if you've been previously denied, I think you have to explain, like, what are the things I have to put in there?
So when you were refused, you were given a document that is called a Form 214B. So you would just have to say that you were denied under the Section 214B of the US and whatever Immigration Act. So you were denied based on that document, but do you think you know the reason why?
Yeah, I think with the line of questioning, even though I was using a loan to cover everything, probably she was
Okay, it will be interesting to share your.
wasn't comfortable with the principal as well.
All right, so it will be interesting to share your experience with us. Are you willing to do that, or you're not comfortable doing that?
I'm okay. I'm willing
Okay.
to do that.
So, like, how many minutes did you spend with the officer?
Well, I'll say in like a minute. Just like
Oh, okay. How many questions, if you remember?
Yeah.
Georgette, we can't hear you. Okay, looks like she's having.
Probably under 1 minute because she called me and asked how I'll be paying for the. Can you hear me now?
We lost you at some point, so if you were saying anything, we were not hearing that. So if you could kindly repeat.
I was saying, she asked me where I was going, and I mentioned, and then she called and asked me how I was going to pay for my education. I told her I had a 15,000 USD scholarship, and the rest is being covered by an Empower loan, of which the interest I'll be using my personal savings of 21,000 cedis. Aside that, I also have a steady leave with pay, which for my company, which I'll be using to fund it, and my husband will be supporting me as well. But she was asking of the amount, so I realized that probably the amount I had in my statement wasn't something that she was comfortable with, of how I was going to pay the interest, and so then she mentioned she would not be able to approve at this time.
All right. So if anybody, so that was your first time being at the embassy, right?
Yeah.
So if anybody is preparing for the interview, what would be your advice to such a person?
I would say if you're using a loan, make sure you have like a lot of money in your accounts. Like it shouldn't be like because the loan is taking care of everything, maybe that is it, because they'll go the extra mile to ask you how you're going to pay the friend, even though it doesn't concern them. They would want to know how you're going to pay the interest and then the the principal. So you just have to prepare for that. Make sure you have insufficient funds, maybe like 300,000, 400,000 cedis as bank statements to show. Yeah.
How is the atmosphere like on that day when you went for the interview?
It rained that morning, like it really, really rained,
No, I'm
and
talking about in the
the
room
inside.
where, yeah.
For me, it was calm. I was calm. I wasn't really nervous. I wasn't nervous. Like I was just prepared because I knew what I had to say. I thought, more of the study plan and what the program would do for me and my career. It was calm, and I was confident about it. Just that sometimes when you're talking to them, you want to say more, but then they go silent and you don't even know if you should continue talking or you should just wait on what they are doing so that they ask you more. There are some of the officers that are willing. I realize that they are willing to hear you out. They'll ask you questions and they give you the time to explain yourself. And, it's like, it's conversational. They give you the time to examine how some of the other mock interviews are that strict, like, I don't know, but it's different. It's more of conversation. So there are some that are willing to hear you out and all that, but there are others too that they are just, I don't know.
So is the interview really a big deal as some people make it seem, like based on your experience?
I feel if you have your story right, it wouldn't really be much of a, even though this is something that is going to change maybe your life or your career path or something. Aside that, I don't think it's really something that is so much of a big deal. And maybe you have to feel nervous about. The nervousness may be normal, but just be confident and just go, like it's like a conversation, like just flow naturally with them.
Yeah, we appreciate the confidence of you being able to share with us. Most people, when they go to the interview, it doesn't go as expected. They are brokenhearted and stuff like that, and so they can't even guys, are not able to be confident to even share what happened, with some people. So we appreciate you, and then we hope and pray. Of course, you should reapply, and we hope that the story become changes on the second attempt. Do you intend to go to Ghana, like the same embassy?
Yeah, I wanted to go to SA, but I'm being told it sounds like visa shopping and it's not really advisable. It looks like it seems you'll be desperate. Maybe you are desperate for it, so I'm still contemplating.
Right. Okay.
Fred, can I come in?
Yeah, sure, please.
You said you're thinking of going to SE, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I also had a friend who got denied in Accra and then went to SE and got her visa approved under 1 minute. So
Okay.
sometimes people are going to share experiences, and just like we always say, it's not the story of someone that is also going to determine that this was going to happen to you. And also, I think she changed her school, but she also had like a huge deficit and still got approved. So
Well, I think so far with
yeah.
mine, the only thing that has probably changed is the cost of attendance as at last year when I received my I-20 was 64,000. This year they changed it to 58, but when I contacted the
Okay.
school to update, they told me it wasn't like it wouldn't change anything, and so I should just send it like that. So I contacted them and now they have updated it, but they are still insisting it's just the officer I met, and the $6,000 difference wouldn't really wouldn't really do much. That is what the school is saying. That is probably the officer I met, and that's it's not really about the amount. But I'm hoping to get more funds in my account to send this time around. If I
Okay. All right, sure. I mean, I was just saying a bit about the essay thing. So regardless of wherever you want to go, I feel like it's just the preparation. So please don't, if you have the means and the funds to go and you want to, that's fine. But people are still going to talk until you make the move. So that's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Georgette, for sharing. Daniel, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. I think thank you for allowing Georgia to also share experience. It's very nice.
No,
I wanted
thanks,
to
thanks
find
to
out.
her for willing to share, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, you were talking, so
No, I was just saying that thanks to her for, you know, being confident to share with us. That's all.
yeah, okay. I wanted to find out an investment account for the visa interview. Will they accept it? That's
So
an
when it,
investment
when it
account.
comes, yeah, when it comes to the interview, it's the school that determines what bank statement or financial document is acceptable or not acceptable, right? So if you are able to send the investment document to your university and they agree to issue your I-20, you know, the embassy didn't have any problem with that. Yours is to be able to explain, you know, what type of investment is it? How is it going to be liquidated so that it will be used to, you know, sponsor your education? So in terms of financial statement, your school determines what is acceptable and what is not.
Okay.
All right, let's talk to Appo Gideon. Gideon, go ahead.
And thank you, sir. And please, for now, I'm using my dad's I'm using my dad's bank statement and my uncle's bank statement. So is it advisable to tell the viewer that my uncle is also willing to support due to the fact that my dad has been supporting him for a long time, so he wants to also support him.
So you're not just going to the interview just to tell the viewer what you want to tell them. It depends on what questions you're being asked. So if without a question, I wouldn't be able to say what to say yes or no to what you just asked me. It depends on the type of question being asked. So what is the question that would demand, you know, saying, you know, such an answer? Ahude, Imano, please go ahead. Okay. Sally, please go on.
Hello, Fred.
Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I want to ask a follow-up question to what I think Daniel asked. So what if in the case you have the money in your, let's say, your T-bill, and you did not submit it to the school for the I-20 to be issued, but then you go ahead to tell them at the embassy that you have this money in your T-bill which will mature probably the following month.
So if you did not send that's financial statement to your university for them to issue your I-20, so for what purpose are you sending it for the interview?
Okay, so just to say that you also have that money in your T-bill pending liquidation to support your education.
To support, but does not appear on your I-20?
Probably because the school refused to accept that document.
Obviously, then the embassy would refuse to agree that such sources such source of finance can be used to support your education. Because your school did not accept it, then how then should the embassy then accept? Because the school fees is going to be paid to your school and not to the embassy. So first of all, your financial statement should be accepted by your school to qualify to be sent to the embassy, because your school determines how much your cost of attendance is going to be, living expenses and all that. And they should be able to verify the documentations you are providing them to indicate that indeed this source of finance will be available for your education. All right, Sally, please go on.
Okay, please, I want to go back to Georgette about she going to South Africa. Before Miss Hetty came in, you were going to say something, and I don't know if you remember, but I'm actually interested in what you were about to say before Miss Hetty came in.
To be honest with you, I don't remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Frank, please go ahead.
Okay, so about Georgie's interview, I think there was this guy who got approved last week, and he had the same story, but uh, his case was different. He had only 7,000 cedis in his account, right? And then he got approved. So the situation with this Empower thing, I just don't know. I don't know the formula in which they used to apply people. Approve people. So she was saying you need to have enough an amount of money in your account before you go
No,
for your interview.
yeah, I agree with you, Frank. So what we also have to understand is that probably there is, right? But technically, if you speak to like thousands of people who have gotten this, especially the F1 visa approved, it will be difficult for anyone to tell you the reason why the view approved their visa. Is it like how they spoke? Is it their scholarship? Is it how they dressed? Because so any of the the circumstances that you would want to think about, there are people with better better case, but they were refused. So if you talk about scholarship, somebody had the same scholarship with someone in the same school, sometimes in the same program. So I remember my time, and then Dennis or something. They all graduated from the same school, same scholarship to a high university, same program, but one was refused, one was approved. So the criteria, it will be difficult. What we try to do is to, as much as possible, to practice. So the practice that we mostly do here is not necessarily that the same questions are going to appear. No, we practice such that if we have the confidence to respond to any kind of question that could be asked. You get it? So yeah, I agree with you. Right. Let's see. Raymond, please go ahead. No, let's talk to Victor. Victor, please go on. Okay, Victor, go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity. My question is, in few months, and I've actually done a renewal. I went back to the portal to.
Right, so it's difficult hearing you. I don't know if you want to exit and rejoin because your connection is very unstable. Imrana, please go on. No, Raymond, please go ahead.
Okay, Fred, thank you very much. I want to know this on the DS-160, where it asks who will be sponsoring your trip. If you say self, and I don't know, someone was also raising an issue that it doesn't necessarily mean you sponsoring yourself just for the trip, but it involves your living expenses as well. So I want to know if you also have a good idea on this. That doesn't necessarily mean other expenses are also involved. They look at that as well, or just the trip. Because
So
perhaps you have just less than 50,000 in your account, and you are the one also sponsoring that aspect, maybe to show us a commitment of your side aside your sponsor.
okay, so the DS-160 is not complicated or ambiguous. So it's not like is it like this or this person says this? It's very clear. When you're using a PC to complete the DS-160, in front of every question, there is an information symbol. So there's I in a circle. So what it means is that if you do not understand any question, and then you put your mouse on that information symbol, it gives you an explanatory note to whatever question you don't understand. So it's very clear. You can just do that and we'll be able to have the explanation to that specific question.
Okay. Okay.
So it's
Thank you.
not there for people to guess what it means. No, there's the system has already provided explanation for it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Imrana, please go ahead.
Yeah. Mr. Fred, happy belated birthday.
Bosu, let's go on with what we are supposed to do.
Okay. My question is on the if you are being refused and then you have to reapply. I want to be clear of like when can you reapply again? And if you have to reapply in a different country, can you do it immediately?
Yeah, as soon as possible. Some people immediately get out of the embassy, they pay for another visa application fee so that they can, start the DS-160 and go for another interview. But sometimes if you want to go to another country, it may require that you transfer your details, to that country. For example, if you go for interview in Ghana, it didn't go as expected, you move to, let's say, Sierra Leone, you need to transfer your details there. Yeah, and then whichever country you're going for your interview, that is where you pay for the visa application fee. So you have to pay in that country and all that.
Fred. Hello?
Bro, I can hear you.
Okay, please, it seems I'm not clear. Are you saying if you are being denied in Ghana, you can immediately reapply?
Yeah, you can immediately go pay for another visa application fee. Sometimes just that some people have their system locked.
Okay.
But in most instances, you can quickly just pay for another visa application fee and reapply on the same day.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Sally. Okay, Victor, let's see if we can hear you now.
Hi, Fred. Is it okay now?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Victor, go ahead.
Yes, I was saying that my passport to expire in few months, so I went.
It's quite unfortunate, Victor. I don't know what's happening at your end, but it's challenging. Sally, please go ahead.
Okay, so about transferring the DS-160, doesn't mean that you do not have to fill the DS-160 in the country you want to go for the interview.
Okay, please take your time. I did not say that you have to transfer your DS-160. You transfer your details from, so it's the appointment rather. The DS-160 is universal. So first of all, you cannot, go with the old DS-160 you completed. You need to fill out a new one. But in terms of the appointment portal, you chose Ghana initially, so your details will be in Ghana. So you need to coordinate with the two embassies so that your details are transferred to the specific country you want to go to. Other than that, if you visit, let's say, the Cote d'Ivoire portal and you decide to create an account, the system will identify that you already have like an account in the system, which is with Ghana. Do you get it? So it wouldn't allow you to continue. But the DS-160, you need to complete a new one.
Okay, so completing a new one, that's what I'm trying to get. Is it like from the other country?
Yeah, you see, when you're working on the DS1, that's a good question. When you're working on the DS-160, the first thing is it asks you which embassy you're attending your interview, right? So if it is Accra, Ghana, or maybe Freetown, Sierra Leone, or is it Freetown? No, it's not Freetown. Like whichever, it mentions the name of the country and then the city in which it's located. So maybe Lagos, Nigeria, or Abuja, Nigeria. Okay, so within the next 5 minutes, if you type your name earlier, no, but within the next 5 minutes, if you want to be interviewed, please type your name. Georgia, do you want to say something?
Oh, sorry. I think my question that I wanted to ask has been answered. That's what the previous lady was asking about.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so I think I've responded to every question. So we can quickly start with the mock session. Hi, Miss Hetty. I don't know how you want to go about it today.
Hi Fred. So we could stick within the time frame today if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. To the first person, Fred, please, who's the first person on your end?
Okay, so for my end,
Oh, you want to start
I'll
with that?
go with Sophia.
All right.
So if you type your name before Sophia, you probably would have to type it again. So Sophia, and then we'll go to Gilbert, Jonathan, Lalikan. So I can start with Sophia. Hi, Sophia, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Let me connect. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Very clear. How you doing?
Sorry, I had to disconnect the headphones.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. And how are you doing?
I'm okay. What is the purpose of travel?
I'm going to Kansas State University to do a master's degree in public health.
What did you study and where do you work at the moment?
I did a bachelor's of medicine and surgery, and right now I'm working as a supervisor at Infection Control and Prevention Center.
How are you going to
where
pay
I
for,
am.
how are you going to pay for this?
I'm going to be sponsored by my father, who is a politician with an annual income of $200,000 US.
How do you prove that you're a genuine student? How do you establish ties with your home country?
I'm planning to come back upon my completion of that degree to take up a senior role in Infection Prevention Center as a manager of the center.
All right, we keep it to like 5 questions. We are going to take 2 suggestions for Sophia and then we'll move on. Any comments for Sophia?
Yes, please.
Hello.
Okay, so Desmond, Lalikon, and then Georgette. Georgette, go on, and then Ola will come in.
Okay. The question you asked about how does she I think there was a question before the how does she establish how does she prove that she's a student? Yes. She didn't really answer. I think she didn't really answer that well. You can talk about the fact that you have an admission and probably this is what you went through. Maybe you did some essays, you wrote some exams, and then they gave you the admission. So I think you should try and then handle that one. And how do you establish home countries? I think you should talk about the things that ties you down here. Okay, so I work for so and so, and or maybe I have this personal business that I run, or maybe I'm married with kids, something like that. So that at least they'll know that you have ties in your country, in your home country that you'll be coming back to.
This one, please go on.
Okay. The letter I will add is she could, since she have a document, the admission letter and I-20, they are official documents of proof that she's a student and have gained admission. And she can, apart from listing that, she can further explain how she managed to get the admission and if any other scholarship.
Ola, please go ahead.
Okay, so how to prove maybe she's a genuine student? It's just like saying, how prepared are you? Just to tell the viewer that you obtain a so degree, then talk about your work experience, then funding. Okay.
We'll move on to the next person. So please, Sophia, please take note of those. Miss Hete, I don't know if you can take the next person.
Yes,
Let's see
I
who's the
can.
next person. So that is Gilbert.
All right. Hi, Gilbert.
Hi, Miss Hete.
Gilbert, what program are you going to study anymore?
Great. I'll be studying a fully funded doctoral program in chemistry at the Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio.
Why Ohio State and not Ohio University?
So applied to the Ohio State because at the Ohio State, I have the opportunity to participate in the advanced research program in optimizing the biological potencies of drug candidates using carbon hydrogen
Why
bond.
why they need to study this program?
So I hold both bachelor's and master's degree in chemistry with research focus in drug discovery and development. So over these years, I've participated in this research and want to advance my career objectives in this research. That's why I applied to do a PhD in chemistry.
So when we take this program in your home country?
Great. So the PhD is a combination of rigorous research work. I believe that at the Ohio State University, I have the opportunity to participate in an advanced research program, which I would not have in Ghana, and also the opportunity to use advanced instrumentation, which is very key in an area like drug discovery.
All right, thank you. Any comments for Gilbert?
Yes, please. Can I?
There's somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he made mention that because the PhD program is rigorous, and so he needs to do, if I got him right, stimulation also. And one will say, then there are other science bias or STEM programs being run in Ghana. That is also rigorous, and they also go through same process. So still, you could add more, as in maybe the particular research area that is not available here, or a particular data he'll be working on that it will be difficult to search here. He should make the difference quite clear than maybe generalizing it in a way. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The next person is Jonathan. Is Enoch here?
Hello, Jonathan is here.
Hi,
Okay.
Jonathan. How you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Which university are you going to?
I'm going to the South Dakota State University this time to study Master of Science in Economics. This is my third attempt.
What do you currently do?
Currently, I work at Zenith Bank Ghana as an operations officer, where I collect data on various investment portfolios. I analyze them and I advise customers as to which of these investment portfolios to invest in. Also,
How would you pay for your education?
I've been awarded a graduate teaching assistantship that covers my full tuition, my health insurance, and gives me a monthly stipend.
How long would the program be?
The program is a 2-year program. So.
What are your long-term plans?
My long-term plan is to return to Ghana to set up a research institution. I will be focused on research into macroeconomic instabilities, after which our research findings will be published and policy recommendations will be made to the government of Ghana.
Did you say this is your third time at the embassy?
Yes, sir.
What has changed?
This time, I have an assistantship that covers my total cost of attendance. That is my tuition, health insurance, and gives me a monthly stipend, leaving me with zero deficit.
What were you going to study in your first application?
The very first one was informatics at Emporia State University. The second one was Master of Science at the University of Texas at El Paso.
And then the third one is?
Master of Science in Economics at South Dakota State University.
Why do you choose different programs in all 3 attempts?
So the very first, they are very similar programs, just that the names of the programs is what varies. The very first one is a data analytics program that it focuses on.
All right, let's end it here. Any comments for Jonathan? Praise. Is it Zanzi? Is that your name? Praise, you have a comment for Jonathan? You have to unmute your microphone. Do you have a comment for Jonathan? Okay. And if you have a comment for Jonathan, you can go ahead.
Yeah, please. The last question you asked, I don't know whether he responded to it very well, and he was cut. So I will urge him on that once it's a third attempt, that question is likely to come up. So he should do as much as possible to practically prepare towards that question. Or in actual fact, he shouldn't even wait for that question to be asked. When the period is suitable, he can just infuse the reasons so that maybe it will quicken the process.
All right. Any other comments for Jonathan? So Jonathan, I love the spirit that, how many service fees have you paid?
I've paid twice, so Fred.
And the first interview was in Ghana, or what?
Yes.
The second interview, the third
Ghana.
one too.
I'm hoping Ghana.
Yeah. So I love the fact that you are persistent and you're not giving up, and it looks like in any attempt you try to change something about it. So if you're listening and this is your first attempt, this is somebody who has paid $350 like 2 times, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then the visa application fee, you paid it when it was 160 and almost 2 months. So say
Matipia. And this year, crowd me turn in tempo so that I knew the dollar will rise. I mean,
America, this is me question me by issue what you can bet you on some.
me I met this boy in this.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next person.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, and you?
Have you been to the embassy before?
Yes, I've been to the embassy before. So I was denied under Section 214B of the National Immigration Act. So what has changed at the moment? My funding has changed. I've been awarded the graduate assistantship that fully covers my tuition, health insurance, is come with monthly stipend. And also, I've been recommended to take a senior role as a result
So
of
what
this.
do you do at the moment?
Okay, at the moment, I work as an investment and portfolio analyst at FSS Securities Limited, whereby I analyze data, also review investment risk. As a result of that, I also communicate.
Do you know anybody in the US?
No, I didn't know anybody in the US, but I'm in contact with the designated school official.
How do you intend to cope with the change in weather upon arrival?
Okay, I've purchased some clothing that would be suitable for winter, but during summer the weather is like that of Nigeria.
All right. So why not take the program in Nigeria?
Okay, I choose to take this program in the United States because the program of Master of Applied Economics and Data Intelligence at University of Nevada, Las Vegas offers a dual expertise advantage in data analysis and economic analysis. Also, the skills in data analytics will equip me in taking a senior role when I return back to my home country.
All right, thank you. Any comments from him before I move on to Jackson? Any comments from him? All right, the next person is Jackson. Hi, Jackson. Yeah, Jackson is not here. Is Randolph here?
Please, I'm here, Jackson.
Okay. From Jackson, the next person is Randolph. Hi, Jackson.
Hello, ma'am.
Jackson, what program are you going to study in law school?
I'm going to pursue a bachelor's degree in data science at the University of Toledo. This program will equip me with the skills to build predictive models using algorithms and machine learning, which are sought after skills in Ghana's evolving data-driven business landscape.
Jackson, what's your academic background?
I have a senior high school certificate in business from the Kumasi Senior High Technical School.
Oh, which year did you complete?
Last year, 2022. And after completion, I enrolled in ALS Data Science course. And after that, I enrolled again in ALS AI Career.
What's your program start date and end date?
16th August 2024 and ends in May 2028.
So why do you want to study this program?
I chose data science major because the program's curriculum aligns perfectly with my career aspirations to be a data scientist, providing me with the necessary tool to excel in the field upon my return to Ghana to take
Do
the
you have
lead.
any funding?
I've been awarded $7,500 scholarship, and the rest will be covered by my uncle, Mr. Raymond Owusu-Ansong.
All right, thank you. Any comments for Jackson? Sorry.
I think he's doing well, so he should keep up and keep practicing.
All right. Any other comments? If not, let's move on to Randol.
Hello.
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 Yeah, please go ahead.
I
Yeah, I
think
think
when you asked which year did he complete, I think he said last year 2022. Just need to take notice of that. Last year was 2023, so he shouldn't make those errors.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Randol.
Miss Hetty, please, I'm the next person.
hello, please. I'm the next person, Carl.
Wait, please.
Okay,
On
so
the from Jackson, I see Randolph, then Carl before Sandra.
No, Miss Hetty, please, from Jackson is Margaret.
all right. So unfortunately, Miss Hetty determines who is supposed to be interviewed. Please, Miss Hetty, let's go on.
Hi, Randolph.
Hello, Miss Hetty.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you too?
Okay, Randolph, what do you do at the moment?
I currently work as a supply chain associate at CK Logistics Limited, where primarily my roles include receiving drivers' feedback and assigning actions against this feedback, monitoring inventory levels in the organization to assure the availability of inventory, and also
How
recording
many
performance.
schools did you apply to?
I applied to 3 different schools: Southern Illinois University at Roswell, San Francisco Bay University, and Auburn University at Montgomery. I chose to pursue this program at Southern Illinois University because of the mentoring opportunity I stand to receive from Professor Gertrude Panasalvan, who has been very instrumental in the supply chain management discipline. I believe when I learn under her, my knowledge in supply chain management will elevate, which will greatly benefit me when I return to improve upon the supply chain operations of CK Logistics Limited.
Tell me about your school.
Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, which is located at Edwardsville in the Madison County, Illinois, is a public university which was established in the year 1957. The current president of the school was James T. Minor. The school prides itself on its prestigious red and white colors, and the mascot of the school is Eddie the Quokka. The school has a vibrant community which embraces people from different backgrounds and all cultures,
Do you
which
know
I believe
anybody
will
in
help
the
me
US?
excel in. No, I don't know anybody in the US.
All right, thank you. Any comments for Randolph? Is that how you speak naturally?
Yes, please.
Okay. Any comments for Randolph?
Yeah, I have a comment.
Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
when he was mentioning the mascot of the school, I think I heard something like Eddie the Cogger. I think that's for someone. So the mascot is the Cogger, but the
Eddie it's Eddie the Cougar.
yeah. So the
Yeah.
Eddie is somebody's name. So Eddie the Cougar. So it's just Cougar.
All right, please. Who's any other comments for Randolph? So the mascot of SIUE is Eddie the Cougar.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments for Randolph?
Also, as if
Hello.
that's how he speaks naturally. I think sometimes interview session is not easy. And maybe when it becomes more conversational, we can look at a more natural pace. So maybe he should also look at it. As much as getting the facts on the fingertips, not to be catchy in the conversational tone is also considered. So, thank you.
All right. Yes. Somebody else had a comment before I move on to Carl. There's a lady who wanted to speak. All right. Let's move on to Carl, followed by Sandra. Hi, Carl.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What program are you going to study in your school?
Please, I'm going to pursue a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronic engineering at the Missouri University of Science and Technology, where I've been given
Walk,
admission and
walk me through
offered.
your application process.
Pardon?
Walk me through your application process.
Okay, so when I was applying, I wrote my college board. I applied through college board. So when I applied, I wrote my college board essay and also submitted my SAT results. And I was given admission through that.
What was your SAT score?
Since I had a total of 12,230 with getting.
What program do for you?
Pardon?
What will this program do for you?
Okay, so going to study electrical and electronic engineering at Missouri is going to help me, it's going to equip me with valuable practical skills, and it's also going to give me an international perspective on things.
Which things?
It's going to give me an international perspective on solving power distribution problems in my home country.
All right, thank you. Any comments for Carl? Any comments for Carl?
Yeah, so I think he can work on the benefits of the program to him a bit more. He should bring out the personal benefits first, like you were saying, the power distribution stuff before talking about the international perspective, but that's quite generic. You have to find a real reason why you want to go and pursue this program. Yeah, thank you.
Any other comments? All right, let's move on to Sandra.
Okay.
Hi,
Hello,
Sandra.
Miss.
Have you been to
Hello,
the
Miss.
before?
No, please. This is my first time.
So why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will enable me to go to Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University in the United States of America to pursue a 2-year master's program in environmental engineering with a research focus in advanced water and wastewater treatment. And with the knowledge and skills I acquire
That's
immediately.
our first time in your school.
Yes, please. I'm in contact with Professor Jiwoo Wang, who is going to be my advisor. And we have similar research interests, so he will be supervising my project.
What happens to be this research interest?
His research interest is finding biological methods of treating wastewater. And I'm also looking forward to finding cost-effective and biological methods of treating wastewater.
Do you have any funding?
Not from the school, but then the organization I currently work with, Joy Industries Limited, is sponsoring me. They are paying for my entire tuition for the whole academic period. And they are sponsoring me because I'm the only management trainee who has relevant research background in wastewater treatment. And it aligns with one of their sustainable goals of optimizing the existing wastewater treatment structure to make it more efficient and sustainable. I've also acquired an educational loan to cater for my living expenses. And I'll be
How
paying
do you think? Go ahead.
It's in an amount of $30,600. And I'm expected to pay $430 while I'm on campus. And I'll be paying that with my study leave monthly salary, which is around 6,400 cedis, approximately $450. So I'll be using that to pay the interest while I'm on campus so that I can focus solely on my studies. After completion, I'm
Thank
expected.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. Any comments for Sandra?
Yes, I think she did very well. You can see the confidence level is very high. But please, Miss Etty, I think you've skipped my name. I come before Randol. So kindly check for me. I'm Margaret. I'm begging you.
Your name comes after Sandra.
Yes, I come after. I come before.
Can we please leave Miss Hetty to do the work? He's gonna go over everybody, so please relax for her, and she will get to you, please.
The next person after Sandra is Margaret, followed by Faith. So
Hi, Miss.
Margaret, why are you here?
I am here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will enable me to pursue a 4-year bachelor degree in environmental science at Missouri University of Science and Technology, located in Rolla, Missouri.
Tell me about your school.
Missouri University of Science and Technology is known for Missouri University of Science and Technology was built in 1870. The school is known for their engineering school and their science labs. Engineering science lab, sorry. It
How
has
are
a
you funding
population of
education?
I've been awarded a provost scholarship of $15,000, and the deficit will be taken care by my stepfather in the name of Mr. Richard Ojo Cranton. He is a pineapple farmer and he owns about
What's the
250
mascot of your school?
Joe Minor.
Why not take this program in Ghana?
I would love to take this program in Ghana, but due to the practical and researchable opportunities in the schools at the United States, I decided to take the program in the US, which will
All
help
right,
me to
thank
get.
you. Any comments from Margaret?
For me, I think she started well with the question, why not in Ghana? But along the line, I think she could place more emphasis on her research interest that aligns with the professor, and then um, how to go by the research. Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, let's move on to Faith, followed by Mary. Hi, Faith.
Hello.
Are you married?
No, but I'm engaged. My fiancé is currently working at Coca-Cola company
What
here in
program
Port
are you
Harcourt.
going to study?
I'm going to study a master's degree program in technology with a major in computer system technology at Eastern Illinois University.
Why a private university?
I choose the public university because Eastern Illinois University has a great instruction and affordability. Eastern Illinois University course curriculum fits into my research interest to analyze or develop a predictive model that will help businesses better understand and displace customers' needs, which will lead to more market strategies and improve customer satisfaction. The availability of research facility and
Which state is it located?
it's located at Charleston, Illinois.
Which state?
It's located at Charleston, Illinois.
Which county?
United States of America.
What do you do at the moment?
I currently work as a business developer analyst at Boa Food Limited, where I have the responsibility of analyzing consumer behavior to meet product demand and preference, analyzing business operational strategies to meet new opportunities,
How are you
using
paying
data
for your
analysis.
deficit?
My father is sponsoring my education. He owns an electrical company where he gets his contract from the federal, state, and local government, multinational companies, as well as individual.
Are
He
you the
earns
only
an
one your
annual
father
income
is
of
taking care of?
80,000.
Are
Please
you the
come
only
again.
one your father is taking care of?
Please, I don't get your question.
Are you the only one your father is taking care of?
No. My father has sponsored my brother for his education at United Kingdom, where he did a master's in business admin. He's currently at the country managing my father's company.
All right. Thank you. Any comments for Faith?
And so the county is Coast County, not United States.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Okay, I think she's trying, but she should try and slow down so that she can flow naturally. She was kind of like a bit faster, I could realize you couldn't even hear what she was trying to say, and she couldn't also hear the next question you were trying to ask her.
Okay, thank you.
Let's move on to Mary, followed by Patrick. Hi, Mary.
Good morning, Ms. Eti.
Good morning. Have you been to the embassy before?
No, this will be my first time at the embassy, ma.
Why study in the US?
I chose to study in the US because US houses many institutions that are at the forefront in the field of special education. And this will offer me numerous industry-to-school partnership and training opportunities that will expose me to modern practices and skills. And it's also helped me to develop my research ability.
What are some of these modern practices and skills you're talking about?
Okay. Due to my lack of knowledge in special education, so going to the US to study special education, I'll be exposed to multiple field experiences. I'll also be exposed to using evaluation tools and assistive technology, which will help my student.
What's your academic background?
I graduated with a Bachelor's of Technology in Human Anatomy from Ladoke Akintola University of Nigeria, Ogbomoso.
And what are your plans after school?
Upon the completion of my studies, I will come back to Nigeria to take up the role of the special education teacher at my current place of work, Better Kiddies Events, as currently we have shortage of qualified special education teacher. And also, I plan to introduce the use of evaluation tools and assistive technology to help the current special needs student at my place of work. And also, my long-term plan is to go fully into
Thank
the
you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Any comments for her? Any comments?
I think she needs to personalize why the US
Please, we cannot hear you. Please, the person who was speaking, we could not hear you. All right. Any comments for her? Any comments? Okay. Let's move on to Patrick.
Hi, Miss
There's
Hetty. Good
something I
morning.
wanted to say. Yeah, hi. There's something I wanted to say, but I forgot to. So if I remember, I'll come back and tell you, Mary. But let's move on to Patrick. Hi,
Hi, good
Patrick.
morning.
Patrick, why are you going to the US?
I'm going to the US to pursue a Master of Science in Accountancy at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, with a concentration in business analytics, which will equip me with advanced technical skills in corporate reporting, strategic decision making, and cost
What do you do at
management.
the moment?
Currently, I'm a chartered accountant by profession, and I am the head of corporate report unit of Pacific Oil Ghana Limited, where I produce accurate information for
How you
top
fund your
level
education?
decision making. Pardon?
How you fund your education?
I've been awarded a competitive merit scholarship of $8,436, which takes care of 50% of my tuition. I have also saved personal funds of $5,004 towards my education, and my current employer, Pacific Oil Ghana Limited, an oil company with over 140 filling stations, is sponsoring me with $21,000 to acquire advanced technical skills and return to take up the chief finance officer role.
So what happens to that role in your absence?
Currently, the occupant of the role will be retiring in December 2026. And due to how diligently I have worked with the company, I was awarded the best account officer for 2023, and I've been recommended to take over from him when he retires in December 2026.
Do you have any letter to prove that?
Yes, I have a sponsorship letter to prove that. You can have it, officer.
The letter proves that you are going to take up that position.
Yes, this is a sponsorship letter which
my employer has indicated why they are sponsoring me, and including that is to come back and then take up that chief finance officer role. There is a letter that's signed by the CEO of the company.
All right, thank you. Any
Thank you.
comments for Patrick?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Metaphorically, in my dreams, I've seen him approved, so I urge him on and wish him the best.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Any comments for Patrick? Let's just move on to James.
Yeah, hello.
Patrick, please don't
Yeah,
force documents on the visa officer if you've not been asked.
That's sure. That's sure. Thank you.
yeah, Mr. T.
Please go ahead.
He made mention of 140 filling station. For them, they do not understand what a filling station is. So I would suggest that you say big branches. I think that one would do.
Filling, thank you for bringing that up. Filling
Yeah.
station over here is a gas station.
Okay, gas station. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Let's move on to James, followed by Quico. Hi, James.
Hi, Miss Eti.
What do you do?
I'm currently a student at City University, Ludhiana, India.
How long have you been in India?
I've been in India for the past 1 year. I came July 2023.
So why not take this program in India?
Actually, I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in computer applications at City University, but I decided to move to United States, specifically University of New Haven, because of its broad curriculum in cybersecurity. Also, the advances in cybersecurity in the United States pushed me to pursue in New Haven. Also, USA has a multicultural educational background that enabled me to
Do
select.
you have any funding from your school?
Yeah, yes, please. I received a scholarship of 23,000 US dollars, and the remaining deficit of 24,000 will be taken care of by my aunt, Miss Faustina Oparibia, who is the national director of eBureau Ghana, a cybersecurity firm. She's also into real estate
Do you know
at
anybody in
Shazam.
do you know anybody in the school you're going to?
Yeah, I'm in contact with my designated school official.
Okay. And what are your plans of the school?
Upon successful completion, I'll head back to Ghana to take up a role at eBureau Ghana. This is due to my sponsor's occupation as a director there. She believes in my roles of becoming a cybersecurity analyst. Therefore, she's sponsoring me to complete and come and take back a role at her company.
Thank you. Any comments for James?
For me, I think one on a course and it's about completing and looking forward to start a new one. He should create that bridge that maybe he's a student pursuing this and that program, but maybe he have a foresight or in order to facilitate him achieving his dreams, he have found out that his interest aligning with a professor in New Haven, and then the professor is willing to help him to maybe facilitate his studies to become a PhD holder, goes back to his home country. So the bridge between while he's a student, he have not completed and either transferring or moving forward to another program, that's where he should connect the dots. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Any other comment? If not, let's move on to Quico,
Yeah,
followed by
I think he's super good from the way he submitted his response to you. But the main issue has to do with how he's going to articulate the reason he's leaving what he's currently doing in India to the United States. And what is the possibility of he not abandoning school when he gets to the United States as well? So I think you might want to look at that one, how he's going to convince the view on that one as well. But I said that I think he's super good. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Hi, Quico.
Hello, Miss Eti. Good morning.
Good morning. Have you been to the embassy before?
No, please. This is my first time.
Have you traveled outside Ghana before?
No, please, I've not traveled outside Ghana, though I've traveled within the country, but not outside the country.
So why do you want to study in the US?
Studying in the So I want to pursue a master's in marketing analytics at the Illinois Institute of Technology in the US because it provides me with the highest standards, and a degree from the US puts me among the best in the world. Also, the Illinois Institute of Technology provides me with the application of cutting-edge technological skills in the field of marketing that enables me to come out as a senior marketing analyst upon my completion.
Tell me about your school.
The Illinois Institute of Technology was established in the year 1890. The president of Illinois Institute of Technology is Raj Ekambadi. The mascot of the school is Talon the Scarlet Hawk. The Illinois Institute of Technology has five colleges, which is the College of Engineering, the College of
Why not a
Science.
public university?
Please, I didn't hear that.
Why not a public university?
So per my research in schools that provide marketing analytics courses, I came across Illinois Institute of Technology because of its application of technological skills and data analytical tools in the area of marketing, which puts it
How are you
aside.
funding education?
So I've been awarded a merit-based scholarship of $14,000. I also have an educational loan of $50,000 too. That would enable me fund my education.
All right, thank you. Any comments for Kweku? Can we take your time when you're responding to the question? I think I asked you. The question I asked you before, why not a public university? I feel like you have the information, but I was a bit all over the place. So
Okay.
yeah, you might want to like take your time and work on that.
Thank you.
All right. Let's move on to the next person, which is Stephen, followed by Irene. Hi, Stephen.
Hi,
Stephen, why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for F1 visa, which will allow me to travel to the United States of America to pursue master's degree in health emergency management at Anna Maria College. It's a specialty in medical field where I train on how to manage emergency cases that need immediate intervention.
Why study this program?
Currently, the facility I'm working in a Ghana Health Services of registered nurse don't have adequate emergency staff specialty. So I decided to undertake this program to come and cover up this space to help in saving the life of our patients.
How are you funding education?
I have academic scholarship of 2,000 from the school. I also have a personal savings of 10,000 US dollars. My sister who works in Ghana Petroleum Authority and earns an income of 75,000 US dollars is also sponsoring my education because she believes in my dream of becoming a great medical personnel in our
What's
family.
the mascot of your
My aunt
school?
is AMCAT,
Which county is implicated?
County of Manat.
Hmm?
Manat.
Thank you. Any comments for Stephen?
Please, what school again?
Anna Maria College.
And the county is not Manat, it's Worcester.
Okay.
Because that's the same school I'm also going.
All right. Thank you.
All right, welcome.
All right, let's move on to.
Hi, Miss Hetty.
Yeah, go
ahead. I hope you're doing well. This is from Pong.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just joined in, but real quick, I don't know, the guy who just responded to the questions, why, or talking about the funding, why your aunt is funding you. I think we've been given these responses, but I think you would want to add why she wants to sponsor you, not just because she believes in your educational abilities, but because she really want to sponsor you because of what you have proven to her. Maybe it could be the outstanding grades you have had, or maybe you are the very first generational person to have attained this feat. That would make the counselor know that, oh, okay, whoever is sponsoring you is not just sponsoring you because she wants to sponsor, but he or she is sponsoring you because you have been able to do this, and not just because he wants to do because of that. Does it make sense?
Alright. Let's move on to Irene, followed by Archer. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Miss Hetty.
Why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will allow me to go to the US to pursue a Master of Arts degree in French at Texas Tech University, located in Lubbock.
Why not France?
I chose to pursue this program in the US because aside from its high education and certification, which is highly recognized and valued in Ghana, their MA French program comprises of very relevant courses that I believe will be a beneficial introduction to the French program at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where I currently work as a research assistant.
How did you merit the funding?
After submitting my application, which comprised of my personal statements as well as recommendation letters and transcripts and certificates from the school, my application underwent review by the graduate school and also by the faculty. After which an interview was conducted to find out more about the research I did during my undergraduate studies.
Are you married?
Not yet, but I'm in a relationship.
Do you know anybody in the US?
Aside from my designated school official, I have no knowledge of anyone in the US.
Thank you. Any comments for her?
Yes, so why not France? I mean, the response you gave is a generic response. I don't want you to go into specific detail. Maybe you align the US to a current trend of something they are doing, which they want to incorporate the French language into it. And maybe you'd want to speak of your school, maybe projects your professor is taking in the French, which is relevant to your career path. Because I mean, the best place to offer French would be no other place than in France. So if you would want to answer that question, then find something which would be beyond reasonable doubt to agree with you.
Okay.
Any other comments? If not, let's move on to Archer, followed by Godnews. Is Archer here?
Yes, please, I'm here.
Have you been to the embassy before?
No, please. This is my first time at the embassy.
Have you traveled outside your home country?
No, please. I haven't traveled outside the country,
What
but
do you
I've been
do?
traveling. I'm assistant manager of K2 Properties, which we are into building and construction.
So what program are you going to study?
I'm going to study data science in Carolina University, North Carolina, Western Salem, to be precise, to study. No.
How are you funding your
Sorry, let me start
education?
again.
How are you funding your education?
I was able to secure a partial scholarship And also Mr. Kwesiteria, who is the head of K2 Properties, will be sponsoring me. And also I saved much more to cover my living expenses.
What's your total cost of attendance?
The total cost of attendance is $10,000.
What's your total cost of attendance?
The total cost of attendance is $10,000.
And how much is your sponsor supporting you with?
My sponsor will be covering the whole deficit.
Of how much?
Of about $8,000.
And what are you supporting yourself with?
And I'm also supporting myself. I've saved about 5,000 US dollars.
And what is that covering?
Just to support myself.
Why should your visa be approved?
This visa should be approved to give me the chance to go to the United States to study data science, which will enable me with the knowledge and skills to.
All right, thank you. Any comments for him?
Yes, let's see. I think that listening to him.
Please, we cannot hear you. I don't know whether he's using
hello.
earphones or headset, but it's not
Please, can you
clear.
hear me now? Please, can you hear me?
It's not clear.
Yeah,
It's still not clear.
Yes, so Audrey, this will be my response for you. You felt like you wanted to wait for the video to ask you a follow-up question before you come in with a question like, what do? You work with K2. How does K2 aligns with the current education you want to pursue? For me, you didn't say anything, so I don't see K2 being aligned with the data analytics. Besides, you mentioned it deal with a building and properties also. I don't know how it aligns with it. You would want to mention your current roles and duties in it. And I don't know if you understand the cost of attendance. Are you trying to say your living expenses, your tuition, everything sums up to $10,000?
No, please. The 10,000 is just the tuition.
So she asked you, what's your cost of attendance? And you mentioned $10,000. I was surprised. I even wanted to ask you what school is that. So you want to be very sure of the responses you are giving out so that you don't conflict yourself. Cost of attendance
Maybe he
inclusive.
doesn't understand the cost of attendance, so kindly help him out.
Explain to him.
Any other comment?
Yeah, so I also like to talk about the funding. So when he was talking about the amount that he saved for himself, he couldn't really specify what his personal savings will be used for. So if he's not sure, he could say he will be using that to pay for miscellaneous things that come up. Or if his sponsor is not covering his flight and travel expenses, he can say he'll be using that money for that. So it has to be a bit more specific because in general, I think you work on the finance and get to know what the cost of attendance is, what the sponsor is actually paying you for, and how he's going to cover the deficit. So if he's not covering travel expenses and other things, he should use his personal expenses to cover that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? So actually what I'll tell you is please read every information on your I-20. Okay. Please take your time and read word for word every information on your I-20. Also check the exact name of your school, where it's located, and every other detail, just so you don't confuse yourself and give the right information whenever you're being asked. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Miss Eti,
Yeah.
please, why don't you explain the cost of attendance to him? I think he has a problem with that.
Your cost of attendance is the total of your tuition plus your living expenses. When you check on your I-20, there's a financial portion. You'd see that they've written cost of tuition, living expenses, and then there's a total there. So the total there is your cost of attendance.
And some schools they add the health insurance to it.
Yes, so you might also want to check that.
Okay.
Let's move on to Godnews, followed by Desmond.
Hi, Miss Eti.
Hi, why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa that will enable me pursue pursue a program in PhD at the University of Pennsylvania.
Why a PhD?
I recently graduated from the University of Ghana with a bachelor degree in economics and mathematics, and then it's my dream to remain in academia. So after my education, I plan on pursuing a higher degree in mathematics, that is a PhD, which will give me the qualification upon which I complete my program and return
What
back
do you
to.
do at the moment?
I'm currently a teaching assistant and a research assistant at the University of Ghana in the Department of Mathematics, where I help students with concepts in mathematics and also mark quizzes and assignments. I also help lecturers with their literature review in their project work and also type and format lecture notes for them.
Why should a visa be approved?
Okay, it is my dream to become a mathematician, and then getting a visa enables me to get access to the University of Pennsylvania, where I'll be granted a degree in mathematics. Upon completion, I'll return back to my home country and pick up a senior role as a lecturer and a researcher that will gain me a higher income. And also, the program that I'm going to do, which is in algebraic topology, is not being offered in Ghana. It is my plan that I will return and then start a program like that, which also will revamp the STEM activity that the government engaged to improve in my home country.
All right, thank you. Any comments for him?
Yeah, Okuyededo, you're going to pursue a PhD. For me, the very first question, why are you here? You still did not tackle it fully. You mentioned you are here to be interviewed as an F1 to go to the school. And so what? You would want to continue on what this program would do for you. You'd want to factor in your home tithe. You don't get the opportunity to do that. You've already mentioned it. So you'd want to factor in that. Now, when you do that, the viewer is going to situate his question around what you've mentioned. If you don't do that, you give the viewer an open minded to ask you questions. Maybe you are not prepared, or maybe you're not comfortable to respond to. I hope that makes sense to you.
Yes, thank you.
Let's move on to. Is there any other comment?
Yeah, I wanted to say for the purpose he was saying was his dream, and I don't know if that's a good reason or a strong reason enough. So if he's seen any issue that he thinks his PhD is going to solve, any research interest area, he wants to contribute to a body of research or something, I think he should highlight that rather than saying it's his dream to be a mathematician. Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's move on to Desmond, followed by Emmanuel. Hi, Desmond.
Hi, Miss Eti.
Why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa that will enable me to travel to the United States, specifically Florida State University to pursue a 6-year doctoral program in English language and literature with a concentration in rhetoric and composition, which upon my
Why
return,
they need to study this program?
currently in Ghana, this program is not offered in Ghana. And so having the opportunity to be admitted and to attend Florida State University will enable me to offer the program and upon completion use the requisite skills, knowledge, and expertise to be able to take up the role as a lecturer in my alma mater, University of Education, Uniba, to impart knowledge and impact life, and to conduct further researches in
What do
the
you do at the
area.
moment?
I am with the Ghana Education Service, specifically at State College, where I am a subject teacher in English language and literature. My duties include also assessing students and it also encompass co-curricular activities such as sports,
Do you know
games,
anybody
and
in the
also,
US?
I do not know anybody in the US, but I'm in contact with my designated school official in person of Sarah Gravy.
Have you been
Who
to the
have,
embassy before?
this is my first attempt at the embassy.
All right, thank you, Desmond. Any comments for him?
Yeah, Desmond, I like your responses, but the question that has to do with why not pursue this in your home country, you mentioned a line saying that this program is not offered in Ghana. I would not want you, I would not agree you to throw a red light to Ghana. No, you would want to say maybe you'd love to take this program in Ghana. However, then you focus on the need why you want to pursue this program in the specific school where you are going. Does it make sense?
But the fact is that it's not offered in
Yes,
Ghana. That's the
yes.
mispresent.
I
So,
don't know if you
Desmond,
have.
just to make it easier for you, and so we don't have this constant back and forth, just focus on the advantages and the benefits you stand to gain for studying this program in the US, particularly where you're going to. Is that okay?
Well noted. Thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Eti.
Hi.
Looks like there are two Desmonds. I just wanted to make sure that I've not been skipped.
I was talking about Desmond Adolfo.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Let's move on to Emmanuel, followed by Janet. Hi, Emmanuel.
Hi, madam.
Why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa to enable me go to the United States to pursue my Master of Science in Accountancy program, specializing in data analytics at the Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville.
What do you do?
I'm currently a chartered accountant working with Core Realty Limited, a leading real estate company in Ghana, and my duties include.
Can you please speak up?
And my duties include preparation of periodic management reports for management review and updating the marketing department with receivables in order to chase.
How many schools do you apply to?
I applied to 3 schools. That is Georgia State University, the George Washington University, and the Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville.
And what school are you going to?
I'm currently going to the Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville.
How are you funding education?
Okay, so my employer has agreed to sponsor me and is sponsoring me with the deficit of my cost of attendance after getting my Geographic Excellence Award of 8,436.
Why is your sponsor funding you? Why is your employer?
Okay, he's sponsoring me because he has found a talent in me, having been the only surviving accountant over the years. He believes that I have the competence and the intelligence it takes to come and fine-tune the company's finances when I come back to pick a role, a higher role.
Do you know anybody in the US?
I do not know anybody in the United States at the moment, with the exception of my DSO, with whom I'm in contact with.
Thank you. Any comments for Emmanuel?
So how is I do not, and then with exception of, like If you say you do not, you do not. But when you bring in the exception, which means you do. So I don't know how you say something and then counter it at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well noted, sir.
Let's move on to Janet. Hi, Janet.
Hi, Miss it.
Janet, why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will give me the access to pursue bachelor's degree in the United States, which will help me advance myself and also gain knowledge in. Sorry, please let me take it again. I'm here to be interviewed on F1 visa, which will allow me to pursue bachelor's degree in the United States, which will help me gain knowledge and skills in my profession. And after graduating, return to my country and assume a position as a registered nurse and work with Ghana Health Service.
What program are you going to study?
Please come again.
What program are you going to study?
I'm going to study bachelor's degree in nursing at Ball State University.
Why are you now going for a bachelor's?
So after school, I was posted to Udumasi Health Center as a nurse, and my major duty is to check clients' vital signs at the OPD, educate clients on their disease condition, and also dispense and administer drugs to patients detained for observation. I'd wanted to have practical knowledge and
Are you
experience.
married?
Yes.
What are your summer plans?
Come again.
What are your summer plans?
So in summer, we will be grouped into two and we'll work on campus.
Janet, uma kwan mo be day.
Clinicals.
There's a brofuna na one tias in this. Miss yes, let's continue.
Janet, tell me about your school.
So Ball State was established in 1981 and it is located in Delaware County. Its colors is red and white. The mascot of the school is Charlie Cardinal, and the current president is in the person of Mr. Godfrey S. Mens.
Thank you. Any comments for?
I think she needs to be specific about her school. When you ask her about the background, she just said after completing my school. Which school? You need to be specific.
Yeah, and then when Miss Hetty asked her why bachelor's now, she gave an answer for the duties or what she's been doing now. So when you are asked why bachelor's now, then you should make sure you go ahead to talk about why you are going to pursue this program. Now that nursing program you are talking about. Yes, it's not necessarily about your duties.
I think she didn't pay attention to the question well. That's why she answered it that way. So please do well to pay attention to the questions.
Okay. Also, I think in as much as it's a stimulation exercise, sometimes we should assume if we are really at the interview proper. So when she said I should take it again, in order not to draw attention, maybe she wouldn't mention that, but she naturally take it again so that it won't be like it's scripted or something of the sort.
Any other comment? If not, Fred, please could you take over from me?
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure.
The next person was Sonam.
Hi, Sonam. Can you hear me? No, you need to speak up a little bit. I could hardly hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Sonam, where are you going to?
I'm going to Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, to pursue a Master of Accountancy, taxation concentration.
How are you going to pay for this?
So I've been awarded a Geographic Enhancements Award of 8,436. My personal funding,
When you say geographic enhancement, what does it mean?
So basically, it's an award given to students with outstanding academic performance, previous academic performance.
And that's the meaning of a geographic enhancement?
So that was what the school indicated when they gave the award.
Can you take your time and explain again? Geographic enhancement means that students who have good academic background are given such a scholarship? So we are listening to you.
Yes. So when I was given the award, it was stated that based on my previous academic performance, the enhancements award has been extended to me.
All right, Sonam, you see,
Yeah.
so you can find out what the mean that award means. You've been given that award, but it doesn't mean that it was that's the meaning of the scholarship, right?
Okay.
All right, let's move on. So how long would this program be?
It's lasting for 2 years.
When do you plan to return?
So the program, after 2 years, that's the by 30th of December 2025, 2026. Sorry.
How do you prove home ties?
Come again.
How do you prove home ties?
Okay, so I have a child who will be living with my husband back here in Ghana. Also, I have a caring job here, which I plan of coming back to come and take a senior position in accounting.
All right, let's end it here. Any comments for Sonam?
Okay, so regarding the scholarship scheme, I think she should work on getting more information on it. If it's just the name of the scheme, then fine, she can explain that way. So, and I think she should also try and listen to the question before she starts. Yeah.
Who is the next
For me,
person?
I also think not.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I think not to put herself in trouble, quote unquote. She can just say she's given a merit award scholarship. But if the VO maybe gives further question about, she should explain which kind of merit scholarship. Then by then, she would have enough information to give pertaining to the geographic sample.
All right. Is Frimpong still here? Hi, Frimpong. Okay. So the next person after Sonam is
I think it was Abubakar.
Hi, Abubakar.
Led by Elfrida. And then Vivian.
Abak, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready now, sir.
Which university are you going to?
I'm going to the Dallamore School of Business, the University of South Carolina, to attend the Masters of Science in Business Analytics, where I have been admitted with a graduate assistantship. I want to become a leading and proficient business analyst in my home country when I return. So this program will offer me with the advanced analytics concepts, techniques, and tools to be able to analyze data into actionable insights to drive business decision making.
Can you explain your academic and professional history?
Sure. Officer, in addition to a diploma in accounting and finance, I hold a degree in a degree of science in and degree of Bachelor of Science in Applied Accounting, from the University of Sierra Leone, where I graduated in 2018 with an honors degree, and my CGPA was 3.33 out of 4. My education has prepared me to excel in this master's degree program because accounting is the language of business and finance is critical. Yes,
take your time.
Yes.
Take your time. My question was, can you explain your academic and professional background or experience? So you're going to talk about the educational level you have attained, and also you talk about the work you do, which you have already, produced this information in the DS-160. So I didn't ask about what this academic background will propel you to do. So please relax, understand the question, and tackle it effectively.
All right, officer.
Okay, so let's move on. So how does this program relate to your previous studies?
So the Bachelor of Science in Business and Applied Accounting has prepared me with the theoretical knowledge of business, which is key to the Masters of Science in Business Analytics. And but I will need the practical aspect of it, which is currently not available in my home country. So this program will give me the key critical. Yes, yes.
You seem to have your own answers, and so notwithstanding whatever questions are being asked, you have something you want to say. So you get back to that and say it. Then if you do that, you deviate from the question. How does this program relate to your previous studies? So you talk about what you're going to study. You talk about what you have already studied. Maybe I'm going to study a master's degree in actuarial science. I have a background in mathematics. Then I'll relate it. Do you get it?
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to study the math.
Why not study this subject in your home country?
To be totally upfront, officer, this subject is currently not available in my home country because of the technicality and the practicality involved in administering this program.
All right, let's end it here. Any comments from my brother?
Yeah, I think in his first accession, he said in his home country. But I stand corrected. I think he will not be interviewed in his own country. So he shouldn't give the you the opportunity to dive too much into that. Why you not applying in your home country and all that? So in the first instance, he can make that clear for the view. And also,
let's clear
when
that.
it comes to the academic and
Abak, are you originally from Sierra Leone?
Yes, officer.
And you be interviewed in Sierra Leone?
No, here in Abu Dhabi.
Okay. Desmond, please continue.
Okay, and secondly, when it comes to the academic and professional side, maybe to make it easy for him, you could, in my view, you could the academic, you could state on his highest qualification, and then come back professionally to the work he's doing, his work experience, and his contribution or use. Thank you.
Okay.
Nuruddin, please go on. Nuruddin, you have a comment? Or you just unmuted your microphone? Okay. I think Abubakar, you are very good. You know how to talk, but you have to talk according to what you are being asked. All right, let's move on to the next person. Desmond, let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
So it's Desmond Adolfo. That's wonderful. Let's go on. What made you choose this particular program?
I chose this particular program because of the hands-on practice and also because of the research opportunities that will enable me to acquire the requisite skills and knowledge to be able to take up the role of a lecturer at my alma mater, University of Education, Unidentified, to impart knowledge and to impart life.
What do your parents do for a living?
Currently, my parents are deceased, but in person, I've been a teacher with the Ghana Education Service.
Have you visited the United States before?
This will be my first opportunity to do so.
Talk to me about your housing arrangements in the US.
Currently, I've not made any housing arrangements because that will be done after the approval of the visa.
How long do you plan to stay in the US?
My program is a 6-year doctoral in rhetoric and composition.
Why do you think you deserve a US student visa?
I think I deserve a US visa because it will give me the opportunity to achieve my academic and professional goals by successfully completing this 6-year doctoral program. The requisite knowledge and skills gained will enable me to take up a role as a lecturer in my alma mater, University of Education in India.
Who is supporting you financially?
I'm privileged to be awarded a competitive teaching assistant scholarship of 41,000.
You know anyone who has studied in your university? Okay, Desmond, if you're talking, we cannot hear you. Anyway, let's take comments for Desmond. If you have a comment for Desmond, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. Elfrida, you have to be the first person. Hi, Elfrida. Okay, Elfrida is not here, so we'll move on to Appo. Gideon. Hi, Gideon.
Yeah,
hi, sir.
Okay, comment for Desmond, and then we'll move on to Frimpong.
Yeah, so I wanted to say, what would this program do for him? He mentioned skills, goals. I mean, to become a professor. Sorry, but he should go into details and what are some of the goals he aspires to gain? What are some of the skills? I mean, he has to go into details on that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Appo Gideon, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. And please, respectfully, I would like to bring something to your notice.
No, Appo Gideon, I said that a comment for Desmond. Relax.
And please, my name was Nest, and that's why you mentioned my name.
To give a comment to the person who has just been interviewed.
And please, I don't have any comment. Like my name was the next, I was the next person. That's why you mentioned my name.
Did you listen to his interview? Which university is he going to?
And please, I didn't hear. I didn't hear the university.
What did you hear about his interview?
Okay, I heard about his interview that he's going to pursue a 6 years PhD, by he will come and take up a lecturer and position at his alma mater, that is the University of Education.
Augustine, do you have a comment? Please go ahead.
Yes, Brother Desmond, when asked by Fred about your accommodation, you said nothing has been done yet. Does that mean that there is no housing facility for graduate students or PhD students?
Yeah, Desmond, go ahead. I don't know, for some reason we find it difficult to hear you sometimes.
Sorry. So there's not so because I've not made any travel plans. And it's after the approval of my visa that I could make such housing travel plans. Then also with Mr. Fred, I was talking, but with the last question, since you didn't get me, I am
No
in
problem. Let's move
okay,
on. Let's
okay,
move
okay.
on. So we move on to the next person. Hi, Frimpong. Frimpong, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So if you will if you want to share your experience with our brothers and sisters. So Frimpong was part of the 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 people we were able to assess. Was it last year or last two? It was like, which is it, spring semester or fall semester last year?
Yeah, I started fall, but I came in the spring. I deferred to the spring.
Oh, okay, so you joined the platform twice, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Frimpong is at which university?
University of Memphis.
Okay, so the platform is privileged to assist a lot of people, and so Frimpong benefited from the group we created last year for fall semester. What happened? You didn't get an interview date, right?
I did. My funding was low, so I was looking up to other avenues.
So you didn't go for the interview, but you waited for spring semester.
That's correct.
Okay. So I also remember that you were put on administrative processing.
Yes, I was.
Okay, let's talk about, so if you're going to University of Memphis, you can link up with Frimpong. Let's talk about what how your interview went, what was the reason why you were put on an administrative processing, and how the outcome, was.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. So I went with a scholarship from the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, and before my interview, there had been quite a number of people who had taken the lead at the embassy. They had their straight approval, but at a point, the embassy realized people were coming in with Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, and well, something, or they might have had some forgery documents, so they needed to make an extra check on any other person that come in with a scholarship secretariat. It was the reason why I was placed on an administrative process.
How long did it take for you to get a response from them on your visa?
Yes, for some reason I think it was close to a month. I don't know whether if it was true or it wasn't true. We were told by hearsay the fellow to work on the API, administrative process, was on leave. So that, I guess it took a longer time, close to a month.
Okay, so what documents were taken during the interview?
Surprisingly, they did not take my funding letter, but they just took my I-20, because my I-20 had the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat on it. But for other people, they took their funding letter.
So in your experience, do you think that the interviews are scary as people make it seem?
Well, it is not as scary as people make it seem, but I think you would have to take the mock sessions serious and get yourself conversant with it, because if you do not practice on and on, when you get to the embassy room, the felon in there puts you off and you start getting shaky, and your responses might not flow as you want it to be. Maybe what you say might not be something you are prepared to say. So once you get yourself conversant from the scratch here, where you can't see us, but you're confident, when you get there, I'm sure, regardless of the pressure, the anxiety, which is normal to fall on you, you'll be able to capitalize on it and get it on, because once you start and you're on the way, it flows.
So how many questions were you asked, if you remember?
I think I was asked, I think 4 questions. The very first question was, why are you here? What program are you going to pursue? And then the next question was, do you know anyone going to the University of Memphis? Remember, I mentioned people had already taken the lead, so it was kind of outrageous. So I quickly said no to save myself. I did apply it on my own self, and she asked, how did I get to know that Scholarship Secretariat is giving this funding? How did I apply? Yeah, that was it.
All right. So let's see. Any advice to anybody preparing for the visa interview? You have been through you sort of started joining the mock session even more than, so it means that you joined the mock session more than 6 months before your visa interview. And was it helpful? What would be your advice to anyone who is currently scared and preparing for the interview?
Yeah, I mean this mock interview had been very, very helpful. From the start, I did not know anything about how to respond to question. I was able to know how to respond to question when I joined on the TS. The very first start did not go well. Yeah, I think the constructive criticism that came in shaped my line. But to any young folk out there who would want to embark on the same journey, I would want to advise you that you take this very serious. Sometimes you come on the session and people stands to keep what they know. You tell them to do this, yet they want to go by what they know. And when they go to the embassy, it turns out to be bad. So I would say you would want to take your mock sessions interview and just adapt to change if it comes.
Do any of you have a question for Frimpong? You can unmute your microphone and go ahead.
But before then, a little bit on that. You realize that if you remember, I had two admissions, one with the University of West Alabama and one with the University of Canisius. I had a funding though, but the funding was less. However, I just resort to your video to get avenues to get funding. I said to myself, the last resort, which will be an Empower, I'll go for it. I made it at all costs that I'll be going to the embassy, and I was optimistic, like you normally say, it is possible, and I knew I was going to get it on one touch. However, I did not relent. I was still putting my heels to other places to see if I can get a funding. That brought an additional school. So I guess if this University of Memphis did not come my way, I would have still gone for it, and I knew I was going to make it. So you have to be positive. You just don't have to be hard on yourself. That here I have less funding, I have huge funding. You just have to make things right, and things will be well. That's it.
Okay, and any questions for Frimpong?
Yes, please. Yeah,
go
with the issue of the scholarship, I'm equally been awarded a government scholarship from one ministry. Now that he said he was put to an administrative process, I would want him to, advise me accordingly because I've been awarded fully funded scholarship. Additionally, I have also saved up to 25,000 USD, which I want to support it with my educational trip. I want him to advise me accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, what I want to say with local funding from the scholarship secretary, I would always, for my experience, I would always prefer the institution scholarship as compared to the local scholarship. However, if you are fortunate to get a local scholarship, hey, thanks be to God. But then you'd want to be prepared, get an additional. For me, I had an additional bank statement, although I wasn't asked, I had an additional bank statement because I didn't know what would come up. Now, when I came to the US, I kind of realized that, hey, my tuition has been paid off, my living expenses has been paid off, but I'm not receiving stipend. So if I was coming to the US with a zero money thinking my stipends are going to be paid to me, I was going to find myself wanting. I know of people who had come this summer with the same funding letter, having summer stated on their scholarship. But when they got here, the ISS has to write to them that, hey, your scholarship, your Ghana scholarship had not made budget for you, and you are supposed to return back to your country. It was an issue. So they just have to, they can't come back to the country. They just have to lessen the number of courses they have to take to lessen the cost. So you'd want to, regardless of how it is, you'd want to make a second option to it if it is possible so that you don't find yourself in a difficulty when it arises.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Frimpong? Okay,
I mean,
so we could.
for some reasons, people haven't local funding from the government. I can tell you, yeah, it speaks a lot to your case, but it's not a 100% that with that you're going to get your visa approved. Some people, I know of someone who the same scholarship got his denial because maybe he was feeling reluctant because he was thinking my scholarship letter is going to speak for me, so I'm not going to put any effort, and he got himself denied. However, some people get the letter for their visa approval, which I wouldn't advise anyone, unless, of course, when you come to the US, you're not coming to the school. But if you want to get a letter from an MC, anywhere from the government just to secure your visa incoming, you should be mindful of what the circumstance would appear to you when you come to the US.
All right. Amokon, you have a question for Frimpong?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, when he was placed on administrative processing, did they call the ministry to find out, like the Ghana Secretariat, like the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, to find out whether he has indeed been awarded the scholarship or not?
Yeah, okay. So when I was placed on administrative review, I quickly called the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat to make them aware. Before then, they had been informed that students were placed on administrative review. But I was told that the embassy called the campus, I mean the University of Memphis, to be sure, because before University of Memphis releases I-20, they might have confirmed that with the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat to be sure if the letter is authentic. So they first called the school, then the school confirmed to them, then they quickly released it for us. It was there we realized that people had come to the embassy with a meaning it was a fraud.
Oh,
So
okay,
you would
thank
not
you.
want to forge any document. Yes. I mean, I would not be at peace because I knew what you cannot go, you and you cannot pass through this process successfully with a forged document like this. Before your I-20 will be released, the school has to confirm from the body which, yes, I mentioned, I know of some people who came to the same school. They have a got their visa approval. But in all ways, you'd want to be sure that if someone is giving you a letter, it's coming from the right office, unless of course you'll not be at peace. Worst of it, or you might get yourself banned, and you don't want to have this too.
Going for the interview, were you anticipating an administrative processing?
Not at all. I wasn't anticipating an administrative process, but I don't even know how it's supposed to get your straight approval from the embassy because I didn't have that feeling. But that wasn't my anticipated.
All right, so that's from Pon. So we are privileged to be doing this for a very long time. A lot of people, we've had opportunity to assist a lot of people through this mock session, and Frimpong has happened to be a beneficiary as well. So we're happy that you are in the US and you came back to share your experience with our brothers and sisters. This to motivate and also to sort of advise everyone going through that people have been through what you want to go through, and it's possible for you to make it as well. Thank you, Frimpong, for passing by.
Mr. Fred.
As always, boss.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Please, so I want, before, please, can you take us through how you can secure these local loans? All right.
Talk about
all right.
So if you want to get in touch with Frimpong, how do people get in touch with
I guess I understand now why messages are not responded as prompt as we want. You just have to take your time, and all you got to do is sometimes if it doesn't go well, you would want to serve a kind reminder, and the fellow chances on it, he would respond to you in due time.
The assignment is left, right, back, center. But how is Memphis though?
It's not easy, your boss.
Right, we'll move on to the next question. So, Appo, Frimpong, can you interview Appo?
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Hi, Appo. Let's go on. Then we'll go to Elfrida.
Okay, sir. Please, before we start, my Stana, and kindly bear with me as I answer your questions accordingly.
Okay, so what's the purpose of your trip?
Okay, the purpose of my trip is to acquire, to get an F1 visa to be able to study an MSc Computer Science with concentration in Software Engineering and Systems at the George Washington University, to be able to acquire the knowledge and expertise so that I'll come back to Ghana and
What
work.
are some of the knowledge and expertise you're making reference to?
And please come again.
What are some of the knowledge and expertise you would gain?
Okay, what some of the knowledge and expertise are one, the process of software development, and also the process of software testing.
Tell me about your background education.
Okay, I have a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology Education from the University of Education, Winneba, with a CGPA of 3.61 on the scale of 4. I'm going to pursue a Master of Science in Computer Science with concentration.
For you?
Okay, this program will expose me to a lot of opportunities, such as the school has research lab, which will enable me to conduct research and also engage in practical activities, and which will give me the knowledge on how to.
Do you know anyone in the US?
No, apart from my graduate advisor, whom I've had several Zoom meetings with, I don't know anyone.
Kind of contacts in Ghana.
Okay, my contact in Ghana is my dad, who is a deputy registrar there. I can
Did you put your dad in the DS 160?
Yes, please, please name him.
Who's your point of contact in the US?
My point of contact is in the US is the DSO of the school I'm going to. That's the George Washington University.
What's the name of the DSO?
There are a lot of people, so we keep like 5 questions per person, so that we can cover as many people as possible. So, any comment for Appo, and then we'll move on to Elfrida.
Okay, Mr. Powell, I was very happy about the caveat you brought to let the interviewer know your challenge, and so I was happy about that, so that it won't make you feel intimidated in a way, like the person will understand your situation. You could deliver.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll move on to Elfrida. Hi, Elfrida.
Okay, Elfrida.
She's not here, so we'll move on to Stephen Boateng. Hi, Stephen. Okay, Stephen is not here, so we'll move on to Cyril. Hi, Cyril.
Hello, Mr. Fred.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Fred.
Okay, so Cyril is not ready, so we move to Ola Lekan. Hi, Ola. Okay.
I've been interviewed before.
Okay, then Jonathan. Jonathan has been interviewed. Okay, so from Jonathan, we move on to Desmond. Desmond has been interviewed, right? Desmond.
No, I have not.
Okay, so Frimpong, let's move on to Desmond.
Desmond, tell me about your program plan.
Please come again.
Tell me about your study plan.
So I'm going to the university, Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, to pursue fully funded doctoral studies in biomedical engineering.
Did you hear my question? I said, tell me about your study plan.
So basically, the program is basically research intensive. I'm going to take a number of courses during my first year, and after the first year, I'll be basically carrying out research until the completion of the project of my program.
Bro, can you please answer the question without basically? There are so many bases.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so how many schools did you apply to?
So I applied to 2 schools, Northeastern University in Boston and Washington University in St. Louis.
How are you going to fund your education? No,
So
okay. Wait.
it's fully funded.
Take the question again. How many schools did you apply to?
So I applied to Northeastern University in Boston and Washington University in St. Louis, 2 schools.
Are you done?
Yes, please.
Okay. So why? Okay, tell me about your funding.
So I was awarded a competitive scholarship with which comprises of a full tuition waiver throughout my years of study, health insurance plan, and also stipends.
Do you have any deficits?
No, please.
How are you going to adapt to the cultural differences in the US?
So Skip, I'm not. I don't know how to answer this question. Sorry.
Convince me to approve a visa.
So I'm a student who has been awarded a fully funded admission to the University of Washington, and I think this shows the university's confidence in my academic potential and their commitment to supporting my research endeavors. Also, I believe this doctoral studies is crucial for my professional growth, and that's this knowledge that I'll be able to gain within the studies can be brought back into the country to help in developing the biomedical research in the country.
Okay, let's end it here. Let's take comments for what's your name, bro? Desmond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll move on to Janet. Any comments for Desmond?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
for me, I did.
right.
Okay, I didn't find his study plan detailed enough, and more so when we asked him about his adaptation to cultural difference, he didn't have a clue. However, I guess once he had the keyword culture, he could quickly, in a way, try to say something about it than to let it quit or pass. Maybe he could center around the equity and inclusion statement, since it's a requisite as part of the application process for some schools. Thank you.
Okay. So what I want to add is, it seems he doesn't really know the program outline or structure. When asked about the study plan, he didn't talk about the number of credit hours he was doing, who he'll be working with, how he's going to plan to execute his classes. And when he was asked the final question about convincing the interview to provide him, he didn't speak anything about his actual goals when he returns, and seems he didn't even mention anything about his research area, anything of that sort. So I would encourage him to do a bit more research, be more specific with his answers, because the PhD program is a long program. So you have to speak like a subject matter expert, know what you are really going to do, the goal, why you want to travel and commit your 6 years of your life to such a program. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so we'll move on to the next person, Janet. Hi, Janet.
Please, I've been interviewed already.
Okay, then we'll move on to Kwaku Jr. Hi, Kwaku Jr. Okay, Junior is not ready, so we'll move on to Bless.
Hello.
Yeah, from Polish.
Let's pass me a document.
Here you go, sir.
What school are you going and what program are you going to pursue?
Please, I'm going to Western Michigan University and I'm going to pursue a master's degree in statistics.
Why not take this program in your home country?
Okay, according to my research, US universities are mainly focused on the practice of the taught knowledge, and also they are bastions of cultural diversities. And also, a degree certificate from a US university is highly recognized, and it will give me a competitive advantage if after my return to Ghana, to assume a position of an assistant lecturer at the Department of Statistics, University of Ghana.
What ties you back home?
Please come again.
What ties you back home?
Okay, I have my parents here.
Are you done?
Yes, please.
Locate me to your school.
Okay, Western Michigan University is central to Detroit and then Chicago.
And then,
yes, please.
How are you going to fund your education?
Please, I've been awarded a fully funded graduate teaching assistantship.
You know anyone in the US?
No, please, apart from my DSO, Kigan.
Convince me to approve your visa.
Please, approving my visa will enable me to travel to the United States of America, specifically Western Michigan University, to pursue a master's degree in statistics, and afterwards come back to Ghana and assume a position of an assistant lecturer at the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science, University of Ghana.
Okay, any comments?
Okay. Please, you did well, but are you working?
No, I'm currently in my final month of 9 years. Nine was in a month program at African Institute of Mathematical Sciences.
But okay. So you work on your home type, because it's very important. Everybody has a family, so if you say you have a family, it doesn't tie you back home. And Mr. Frimpong, please, I've sent you a message here on Zoom, so check it for me.
Thank you.
All right.
And also, I learned the visa officers don't appreciate the repeated please. So you should look into that too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, who is next?
Yeah, so move on to the next person. Abigail, have you been interviewed yet? Okay, let's go on with Abigail.
Yes, please. Please, I've not been interviewed.
Godfred before Abigail.
Please, let's go on with Abigail.
Abigail, how many schools did you apply to?
I applied to 3 schools: Clemson University, University of Toledo, and Texas Tech University. But I decided to pursue my Master's of Education at Texas Tech University because the curriculum and instruction program at Texas Tech allows students to take certification program in courses like literacy education, science education, and math education, of which I'll be taking a certification program in literacy education, as this will give me an additional knowledge in a specialized area of the curriculum, so that I'll bring back the knowledge gain to improve upon educational practices and learning outcome in my home country. By taking up the role as assistant head teacher academics at my current place of work, and also in the near future, I hope to work with NACA, the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment.
Mr. Fred, please, can you continue now? Join very soon. Sorry.
All right. So, Bless, you said you applied to 3 universities?
Yes, please.
Did all these universities offer you admission?
Yes, please. They all offered me admission.
How about funding?
It was only Texas Tech that gave me funding.
So that was your decision that made you, that was the reason why you chose Texas Tech, right? Because of the funding?
Yes, but not solely, no, but not solely based on that, but because
Where is
of the,
Texas Tech located?
it is located in Texas, Lubbock,
In which county?
Texas.
Do you know anybody who schools there already?
No, please, I don't know anybody who's school.
All right, let's send it here. Any comments for Abigail? Abigail, what's your deficit?
24,000.
So how much scholarship? So do you understand what the deficit is?
Yes, please.
Like your cost of attendance minus your scholarship.
Yes, please.
So how much scholarship were you awarded?
8,000.
Okay, and then you have a deficit of 24. All right, who is paying for that?
My auntie will be paying for my deficits. She's the proprietor.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll be
Move on
returning to
to
it.
the next person. Abigail, can you interview Godfred?
Okay, please.
Godfred, let's go on. Okay, let's go, Abigail.
hello.
Okay. Godfred, please, where are you going?
I'm going to Eastern Illinois University to study a master's degree in computer systems technology.
Why computer science?
Computer systems technology. So I'm taking a master's degree in computer systems technology to help me advance my career from an IT support officer to an IT operations manager at my current workplace, LBH. Also, I need the advanced skills in database management, database technology, and also management information technology to be able to come back to make informed, data-driven decisions at my current workplace.
How will this program benefit your country?
So, upon completion of my degree, the skills I'll be coming back with in relation to database technology, database systems, and also management in technology will make me a top professional, contributing to my organization as a whole. And in the next 5 years, I have a life goal of starting my own consultancy firm that will offer top-notch technological solutions to other industries and companies in my country, Ghana.
Okay, so how are you funding your education?
I've been offered a fully funded state scholarship that covers my tuition and living expenses, and I won this scholarship because of my strong academic background of a 3.4 GPA.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Abigail, when you're done, you say any comments.
Oh, okay, so please, any comments?
Question Ben now bisa no CA no.
I said how will this program benefit his country?
Governor, why A?
I don't expect that. I don't expect that.
All right, so Governor, you interview the next person, Sandra.
Hello, Sandra.
Okay, if Sandra is not ready, Sandra, your boy is not ready, so we'll move on to Imrana.
Hello, Imrana.
Okay, Imrana is also not here, so Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
Why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa that would permit me to go study Bachelor's of Science in Administration at Westminster College.
How are you funding your education?
I've been awarded a scholarship of $26,000, and my deficit will be taken care of my mom, Mrs. Felicity Dofosu, who owns Auntie Phyllis Trading and Services, and they're into the export of wheat and flour to countries like Togo, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, and Burkina Faso.
Tell me about your academic background.
Currently, I hold a high school certificate from Central Senior High School.
What year did you complete?
2021.
And what have you been doing since then?
I've been working as an accountant in my mom's company. I've been taking bookkeepings, invoices. I've been recording every transaction of the company, and
How
also
does your role relate to the course you're going to take?
my role as an accountant relates to the course I'm going to take because I'm going to pursue a Bachelor's of Science in Administration with a concentration in accounting.
Okay, sure. All right, thank you. All right. Any comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on his, like, the person funding him. If he could state how much he or she earns annually instead of being asked in the subsequent question, that would also help.
Thank you.
Any other comments for Patrick? If not, we move on to Prince. Patrick, can you please interview Prince?
Yes, please.
Prince, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Hello, Prince.
Hello? Yeah, hello, Patrick.
Why are you here today?
I am here to be interviewed for an F1 visa fit to enable me to enter into the United States to pursue a 2-year master degree in civil engineering with concentration in technical engineering at Colorado State University for Collins.
Is your course an associate's degree?
This course is a 2-year master degree program.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference between an associate degree and a bachelor's?
Okay, I don't really understand.
Okay. What's the county in which your school is?
This is located in the Lamera County.
Okay. Why should your visa be approved?
Approving this visa will enable study at Colorado State University for Collins with a master degree in civil engineering with concentration in technical engineering, where I'll be conducting research based in management of mining waste. This will enable me to gain deepen my knowledge in the waste management of mining waste upon my return to Ghana, where I'll contribute to the mining industry in Ghana.
Okay. Please, any questions for Prince? Any questions for?
Okay, so we'll move on to Prince. You interview the next person who is Beatrice. Is Beatrice here?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
May I know this program?
Please come again. I can't hear you well.
May I know the school you're going?
Please, I'm going to the Texas Tech University.
Okay. Okay. This I can see you're going to Texas Tech.
Okay.
It's a question of.
I can't really hear you.
I said I can see you are going to Texas State University.
Yes, please. I'm going to the Texas Tech University located at Lubbock, Texas, to pursue my 2-year degree in Masters in Sociology.
Why master's degree now?
Come again.
Why master's degree now?
Why master's degree now? Okay, after completion of my undergraduate degree, I would want to further my understanding in master's in sociology and pick up a research assistant position upon my return. That's why I'm going to read that program.
Tell me about your study plan.
Okay, I'm expected to do a 36 credit for 4 semesters, and I'm expected to take courses such as criminology and deviance, family, social psychology, and the program lasts for 2 years from 8th of August 2024 to August 2026.
How will you be funding this study?
Okay, I've been awarded a funding for my department, which covers my tuition, living expenses, and health insurance. Other miscellaneous expenses will also be covered by my brother who owns Dave Heritage Academy and has a shop at the Swami magazine.
Thank you. Any comment?
Okay, so Beatrice interviews Ebenezer Noche. Hi, Ebenezer.
Hi, Mr. Fred. Good morning.
Okay, Beatrice, let's go on.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hi, Ebenezer.
Hello, Beatrice.
Please, why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for. I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will enable me travel to the United States to pursue bachelor's degree in medicine at Eastern Illinois University, a renowned public institution located in Charleston, and then it's known of its high excellence in academic program.
How did you apply for the school?
Actually, please repeat again.
Walk me through your
Hello,
application
Beatrice.
process. Hello,
Okay,
please
I
walk
did
me through your
online
application
research.
process.
I did online research, and then with the help of Education US, I realized I got to know about more schools, and then I applied to Eastern Illinois University where I had admission to it, and then
How will you be funding your application?
my uncle, the person of Kofi Buahin, he is a CEO of a comfort flow business company, and then he sells cars and electrical instruments, and then also he's into long-term project business at rural areas of hospitals. So he will be taking care of me, and then my mom who is also sponsoring. And then since I was working, I've saved some little money, which will also be supported by myself.
Okay. Fred, please, I'm done.
Okay, so Ebenezer Noche would interview Salifu, and Salifu will be the last person we are interviewing for today. So Eben, when did you go for your first interview?
That was 2nd May.
So what would change in the next attempt? Like you spoke of a couple of things, especially your funding. You said you have like 3 people sponsoring you.
Yes, no, my mom, my uncle, and then my mom, and then myself.
You've repeated practically what I asked. 3 people sponsoring, right? Mom, uncle, yourself. You have to mute your microphone, please. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Mr. Fred.
So you said mom, uncle, and then yourself. And so all these funding sources appear on the I-20?
No, it's my uncle.
So why didn't you put all of that together?
Earlier on, when I went, I used my uncle as the main person, but now I want to include. I've spoken with the school, and then they said I should submit a bank statement, which they could include it on my I-20 so that I can submit it during my next interview.
Okay, so what dates did you get for the second attempt?
I've not gotten data. I'm still searching.
All right. So I think I love the confidence, going and then not giving up and trying again. Go ahead and interview Salifu.
Good morning, Salif.
Yes, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good as well.
Walk me through your process, the admission process.
After extensive research about school that offer public administration, I came across Indiana University Bloomington, where I created a portal, entered my personal details, attached my resume, transcript, entry recommendation from my professors, and as well fill up with an essay for a fellowship as well. And I was admitted to Indiana University Bloomington.
Okay, when did you complete high school?
I completed high school in 2011. So I went ahead to pursue my bachelor's at University of Professional Studies in Accra, where I completed 2017. And as well, I did my first master's at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and I completed in 2023.
And then who is going to fund your education?
I've been awarded an MPA scholarship worth of $32,000. The first year, 17,133 will be remitted, and the rest of the deficit will be covered by my stepdad, who is a professor of oil and gas and a businessman. He owns 4 fuel stations in the northern region, and he earns a combined annual salary of $100,000. And he's sponsoring my education because he believes in my aspiration to become a leader and a change maker in Ghana's public administration system.
Okay, and then how are you going to adapt to the system at the United States since you are an international student?
Yeah, having gone through an onboarding course organized by the school, I've been given a list of items which include clothing that I will purchase to be able to adapt to the weather. And as well, there will be some, English courses that will be taken when we get to campus.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Fred, please, I'm done.
All right, let's take comment for Salifu. Everybody is going to talk, so he's the last person. So everybody, people who have not spoken should speak, right?
He was talking about they taking an English course. I don't think it was really relevant in this answer. Yeah, I think that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Okay. I'll go. Sifa, can you hear me? Sifa is